Joining us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is Arise News analyst Emmanuel Efeni. Good morning, great Malabite.
Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Rufai. Good morning, Ayo.
Good morning.
Yes, we start the review with this day, Nigeria's newspaper of record. And we're starting with the news about this day and the Arise News Group. Now, the story above the masthead, Africa's premier media group, commemorates 10 years of Arise News Channel, 20th edition of Arise Fashion Week, 28 years of this day newspaper. Yes, the Nigerian newspaper of record. It's celebration time, and I wasn't surprised when Rufai and Ruben opened this show with some songs. Local, but this day, Arise Group, 10 years of existence, and it's been 10 years of reporting Africa to the world and the world to Africa in a way, in a manner that is distinct and different. And we have every reason to celebrate. Ruben, Rufai, and Ayo. It's been 10 years of doing what we purpose to do. And our viewers around the world have taken note. Encomiums, commendations have come from far and near. But of course, the peak of the pack is winning the Emmy Awards in New York some years ago. And of course, the Arise News Channel has changed the face of journalism in Africa. You want to talk about the Fashion Week? Yes, it's been the foremost fashion show in the African continent. And this day, Arise Group has a way of fusing fashion and music over time. Recall the This Day Music Festival, the biggest ever in the African continent some years ago. And now, in the 20th edition of the Arise Fashion Week, Herbie Hancock, for those of us who are jazz music lovers, will be headlining the show. Of course, there will be our own Wizkid, Nigeria's music ambassador to the world, will be also on parade in this year's Fashion Week. Of course, this day, 28th year anniversary. Ruben,
I like the way you are waxing lyrical.
I have to.
Just for you to know that when there is birthday, there are implications. So I hope
we'll give you
there will be jollophing and pepper soup.
You will get more than enough implications. I can assure you. 28 years since this day first hit the newsstand, it remains the #1 newspaper, the newspaper of choice amongst the business and political elites, and of course, the first pick of diplomats who want to know what is happening in Nigeria. 28 years of robust journalism, and this day has been able to keep its dignity and integrity over the years. It's not an easy job, Ruben. Most of us have been there for.
Which is why we should.
You should celebrate.
Your implications.
Yes, Ruben, don't worry. Just come to the Fashion Week. You get a lot of celebration, I can assure you. Now, let's just look at other stories, Ruben, before I get carried away with this celebration, because I'm involved, you know. So you can understand. And I'm sure our viewers can excuse my being lyrical this morning and wasking lyrical. Ruben, you said it all. Now, the lead story, CBN, the lead story of these newspapers. CBN deploys 30,000 agents nationwide to boost cash swap as Buhari approves deadline extension. Gives additional 10 days to return old notes, old 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1,000 naira. Emefiele says 1.9 trillion naira of old banknotes so far returned. Declared Apex Bank ready to exchange legitimately earned monies. Lawmakers divided as a Lumelu backs extension. Dogowa reiterates threats to arrest Emefiele. Don't succumb to political pressure, blackmail. Former Lagos Deputy Governor tells President. Analyst loves extension. Yes, CBN has hearkened to the voice, I don't want to say voice of reason, the voice of Nigerians who have been saying that, look, given the state of penetration of this new naira in the Nigerian economy, there is need for some rethink. And at least the central bank governor, Governor Emefiele, has walked back from his talk at the MPC briefing last Tuesday that there's no good news of extension. Now there's going to be an extension. And of course, even after the deadline, there's another grace period to return old notes to banks. By then, they will have ceased to be legal tender, but you can return them to banks for exchange for the new currencies. Now, I think those who have been clamoring for the arrest of Emefiele, I don't know what you want to arrest him for. That should not be the prerogative or the priority of the National Assembly. Well, kudos to Femi Gbajabiamila, because he pointed out that indeed the extant law gives CBN the opportunity to still take back old currencies after it ceases to be legal tender. And CBN never emphasized that until Gbajabiamila Miller pointed that out. Now, we just look at what other newspapers are reporting. Of course, the Guardian newspaper, the same story. New naira notes. Fuel crisis compound Nigerians' woes. Yes, fuel crisis is still there. The committee is set up by the president, chaired by the president. We want to see them perform. No inkling of performance yet, because the situation remains as dire as it was, if not more, over the weekend. Now, the Punch newspaper, new naira anger spreads over scarcity. Reps oppose CBN extension, while the Vanguard newspaper, Buhari reps heading for clash over 10-day extension. Now, the Abuja Inquirer also reporting this story. Cheers as Buhari extend cash swap. That's the Abuja Inquirer there. Now, if we just have, okay, we're almost running out of time, but of course the UK newspapers reporting, yes, the Times, we just use the Times of London, Zanawi acts as Sunak gets tough on standards, yes, for breaching tax rules. The Tory party chair has been asked by the Prime Minister, Ruben Rufai and Ayo. I know there's time.
There's no time at all. Thank you so much.
The question to ask is Zahawi, the chairman of the Conservative Party, being asked by Sunak to leave the cabinet, because of breaches of ministerial code. Do we have a similar ministerial code in Nigeria? Or our ministers in Nigeria can just do as they wish, stay there for 8 years, and there is no code of ethics? That is a big question.
Yes.
That is a big question.
I hope we're taking notes in this country. We need to do things right.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you.
Thank you.